Hi guys. How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning into another episode of From the Block podcast. So this episode, we gotta discuss some things because I feel like it's a real epidemic going on. Now, when I first posted this on my story, a lot of people was like swiping up saying like, "Yes, girl, you need to talk about this." And at first, I was like, I could do a solo episode, but I think it would be better, right, if I gather some really dope people who also create content and are doing their own thing in the media field to, discuss important issue. Yeah, a very important issue. And what's the issue? Sassy men. It's a real thing going on, y'all, and we need to discuss. So, growing up, right? I remember that Malcolm X quote that everyone always talks about, like the most disrespected woman in America is the black woman. And as I'm getting older, right, I see this quote coming to life more and more each day. And as an adolescent, I used to wonder why so many people would like have problems, right, with women just simply being themselves. And as I'm growing more in the creative space and I'm putting content out and we're going to talk about it cuz they're doing their thing as well. As I go through the comment section, I'm just seeing this thing of constant like men just saying all types of stuff. And like when I look at the demographics, right, it's not even really women. Or like if women do say stuff, it's like, it's like the pick-me's, them type.
Trying to appease the men. Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about them. But yeah, so I wanted y'all to quickly introduce yourselves. So y'all been on the show before, but I don't know if like people really know that y'all really be like creating. Like y'all got followers, like y'all really like do stuff. So if you could quickly like tell the people like what type of content you create, and yeah, all of that.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rissa. I'm like a TikToker. So I make like parody content, point of view content, and yeah, I get a lot of comments from men. It'll be scenarios that I'll post, and it's always oh, you a grown ass woman, why you do, or call your daddy, or if I'm not fucking, I'm not doing nothing for you. It's like, bro, this don't even apply to you because you're not even my type. So for you to be in my comment section, you ain't somebody I would be found dead with. It's crazy.
Bizarre.
So, yeah. But it's lucrative if you like continue to post and not care. But me, I went on a little hiatus because I was just like, it's overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming because it's like, I can't get to you. I don't know where you at. And you steady on me. And it's like, yeah, no. So, if you got tough skin, yeah, definitely. But,
Hey y'all, I'm G the journalist with Baby Talk TV. I also have a podcast called Worth the Conversation. I think like with my experience with like men in my comments, because my content is more music related and hip hop related, I wouldn't say it's more of a derogatory thing, but it is a lot of men like questioning certain things that I do, which is odd because like I'm not doing it for any attention. I'm doing it because I genuinely love it. So I do get a lot of comments like that, or very opinionated comments of things I might give my perspective on, and it is possibly a male or more males that have something to say in the comments. So I think like I think we have a little balance here, because it seems like with your content they like trying to fight you, and like mine they like questioning my intelligence. You get what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. But I still feel like it's the same low key, because it's like, why do they have to question what you saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I know she just said it, but with the comments, right? Have you ever thought for like a quick second, like, damn, do I really want to keep on doing this? Like, has it? Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's really
At one
crazy.
point, I wouldn't say like solely dependent on the comments, but like seeing other types of things being said on other platforms that really don't have much substance. And so like those type of things do discourage me sometimes, and like the things that people do question, I do like sometimes think, well, am I on the right track? But then like it's a thing of what, going back to that why, like why am I doing this? Am I doing this because this person is questioning me and I care about what they say? And being that it's mostly kind of male on my platform, it is like a thing, like why are these males like looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And that is a bit discouraging, but at the end of the day you always got to remember that why. Like, why do you do what you do?
It's usually the passport bros on my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Factual.
like, yo.
Cause I remember I forgot what the theme was of the videos with you and I and Brooklyn, the one that we had recorded earlier this year. And folks were like, "Oh my God, like they're not even educated," and they were saying stuff like,
Oh, we broke. We ain't, doing
yeah,
nothing.
That's
or like
wild.
look at how they looking, and it's just like, bro, like what the hell? And then I get it, it's that overwhelming feeling because it's like if it's in person, oh, it's a different vibe. Like
Yeah, but
up.
it's like I
Yeah,
can't get to
yeah.
you. I'm seeing the comment like 2
It's too
days
many.
later because I'm like
Yeah.
not on social media like that. Like, well, TikTok sometimes I go on a little hiatus because it's just like. But I'm looking at it. They calling us dumb. They
Yeah.
said we're not using the words correctly. Just anything, and then you go to their page.
What's
they
your
don't look
credit
like
score?
nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And then like they're real like you said, loud online because like they can't, like you said, it can't get to you.
Yeah,
or
and I be
something
wanting
like
to get
that.
to people. So it just angers me even more because it's like I can't find you, and I want.
I know. But you're still Are you still on the hiatus? Or
Well,
are you back to
I got back on
creating?
TikTok.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
So, because it's like, bro, it pays you. You get sent free stuff all the time. But
Yeah.
it's just like these comments. And I don't want to be that person that just turns the comments off because I feel like that's just scary. Like, I want to.
You said it's scary.
Yeah, when girls turn their comments off, it's like you done did some shady shit. And people like on your head. But, you like the traction. Any attention is good attention. But it's annoying as well.
Well, what made
But
me?
the thing is, I'm on your algorithm, so I'm somewhat your speed. You just don't want
Yeah.
to admit it.
Yeah, like that's a good point that you made because what I like to think about, right, is no matter what the comment is, the like I'm still getting pushed through the algorithm,
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay,
yeah.
it's more
You
exposure
still
for
seeing my
me.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a human being at the end of the day, so it's
Yeah.
like
I got feelings, man.
exactly. So, like, okay, I remember the first time I went viral on Instagram, right? I think my reel probably got like mini viral. I think it got like 15,000 views. And like as a creator, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's lit. But I had like maybe like 100 comments. And the video, right, I was talking about, I had misquoted a 50 Cent lyrics. And like them people was on me. Like they was saying all types of stuff. Like she's so stupid. Like how can she like misquote a lyric? Like da 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 da. And then it really just kind of had me thinking. Right. I feel like I think that was like the very first time where I was like, God damn, do I really want to continue on this journey? But then I got mad at myself because I was like, bro, like I worked so hard for this. Like,
Right.
how am I gonna let all these comments like get to me? But just like how we just said, like we human beings at the end of the day, and then it's even
Yeah.
more frustrating because like I can't get to you. So I just want to know y'all's opinion, right? Do you think that if we were a different race, it would be different? Like the comment section would be different?
Most definitely.
Or do you think just because like we're women, like flat out, we were just gonna get hate regardless?
Honestly, a lighter skin tone, because darker women got to fight a little bit harder too. Like for example, this girl. Have you heard about what's going on with like this influencer called Pinky Doll?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, she used whiteface to gain traction, and then showed up at the awards as a dark skinned woman, and now everybody's like, whoa, wait. And that's just example, like, she got all that attention just because someone deemed her as a lighter skin tone because now, she done lost her following a little bit, all for being a dark-skinned woman.
Oh, I didn't know she lost some of her
Oh,
following.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did not fuck with that.
Yeah, I saw that video of her at the award ceremony, and I was like, that's her. You know what I mean? I was like, I didn't, because it was like a kind of big difference if you really look at it. But I would say like there is a possibility because there is certain privileges that come with being other races. And it is a little bit tougher for darker skinned women, like especially like in the media field, I would say, because it's like you have to push a little bit harder just for your voice to be heard. And with me, like working in media, I've seen that like firsthand. And like other counterparts, it seems, a little bit easier. So I would say there is like that possibility that, yeah, it could be easier. But also it's like, if that were to happen, would it still be with true intention? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because when I tell you that girl went from looking Dominican to like one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
saw
was
that.
chocolate now.
Yeah, and she had a little accent too. So it's like, okay.
So out of curiosity, because I know like y'all like go to networking events and y'all like y'all be outside. So do you feel like you get treated differently when you go to those type of like celebrity events, or like when you like host your own events based on your skin color, or do you feel like you like receive like a lot of love, like it ain't nothing?
In my opinion, I also feel like your body type has a lot to do with it too. So when you're like curvier, you know, you get more traction, but it's like not good traction, I feel. So, you know, the BBL girls and all that, you're getting people's attention, but for the wrong reasons. Because when dudes see girls like that, they see them as a fuck toy, because they don't take girls that do all that to themselves seriously. They will never admit it, but they don't. They just want to lay down with them. And then their wives, those dudes' wives, look like us, regular girls, you know. So it's like, yeah, they might get the attention at first, but potentially we're the ones that will be like wifed up, because it's like we're not doing all those modifications to us. Like what you see is what you get. So yeah, I feel like it really depends on your body type and your skin tone, but more so your body type. Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, in my experience, because I'm in more of the music realm, it's a little bit different. It's a lot of like, yeah, it's cool. Like I would say to be a woman, but being like a black woman in hip hop, you have to like prove a lot of things. Like you have to prove like, you know what hip hop is, and you know this, and you know this. Oh, do you know this rapper is better than this rapper? But from the woman's perspective, it could be a little bit different. And there's a lot of questions that I ask about hip hop, especially now. So for certain things, I would say it's a lot of like proving your worth on my end, and body type could go into it too.
Most
you know,
definitely.
because I've had experiences where people know me through what I do as far as like finding underground artists, but still see me as like an object, like you said. And so it's you know, it's a little shitty that I had those experiences, but it's the reality of being in entertainment, if we being real. Because I mean, I've experienced it myself when I got started in North Carolina. So I think it's just the people, I guess, you working with and what their intentions are.
Damn. So how do you overcome something like that? Because that's kind of a lot.
I developed a way of like seeing through the bullshit. Just by the questions men ask you, you could tell if they like trying to scout you out for something else, and then you just shut it down. Because finding genuine men that will actually further your career without wanting to hunch on you is very hard. But once you find that guy, you're good. You know, because it's like male friends.
Yeah.
They all want to.
Well,
but they cover it up very well.
I wouldn't say like all.
Majority.
Yeah, okay, I would say majority.
Yeah. And it's like, damn, you was my dog.
Yeah. What about you, G?
I would agree. Like, I think it's, you know, the intention behind it. Like you said, like some men will say certain things and you kind of peep it or read into, and you're like, wait a minute, you know. So that's why I say it's like about intention. And so, I mean, overcoming it though would be standing on business. Really, like approaching it as if you were them. Like, hey, I'm not on that type of time. I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to get this paper. I'm trying to get big, bro. Like, I ain't on that. If you trying to do this interview or what, you know what I mean? Like, it's on that type of time. You gotta show them like you stand on business, really. And I feel like being here in Atlanta, a lot of people respect that, because I came into it with a plan, and like I was like, this is what I'm here to do, and you gonna respect me. And people was like, hey, I fuck with that, you know, you know, that's something I can respect. So, you know, I do agree, like, you can see who is who when they start talking.
Since y'all are really assertive, right, when it comes to business, was there ever a point, right, where you were kind of apprehensive about being assertive because you didn't want to come off as a certain way, as like aggressive or like overbearing, or were you just like, nah, that doesn't apply to me, I don't care?
Yeah, it was a time to where I was a little pushover, but then it's just like people take advantage of that, and now they looking at you like you ain't got no backbone. So then that's when I had to like start like, hey, this ain't that, because I'm a very soft-spoken person, but I have a fuse, a very bad one. And I'm like, everybody knows this about me. Like, I am laid back till it's time to lean up. And then you gonna wish you ain't never said what you just said to me. Yeah. So, I just had to maintain boundaries. Like I think the first episode we talked about boundaries, like, and who we would date, the turn off.
Oh, yeah.
boundaries, maintaining your boundaries. And it's just like cutting people off that you don't want to cut off, but you got to because they tried you, because they're going to keep trying you. So,
Major facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got to know how to move. Like, I would say just, being able to understand like certain people, it's kind of going back to what we just said, like knowing like what people's intentions are, because you start to know them when they start talking really. And you watch how they move. Like, I remember when I was getting started and I was working with one platform in North Carolina that I was like, you know how you feel that energy when you like just meet a person, you kind of like,
Yeah.
And I was like that. And so my mentor, I let her know, I was like, I don't know about this guy. And I would always say that. But, I was an intern and she, at that time I was trying to learn. And so we kept working. And it turned out like he wasn't who he said he was, in my opinion. And he didn't treat people that worked for him correctly, especially when it came to payments. So when I seen that, like, you gotta like she said, cut people off, because certain things like that, if it's repetitive, that's who they are. They'll keep doing it.
And what you said on energy, watch how you feel around somebody.
Major
I done been
facts.
around so many people to where it's just, I can't even feel comfortable. I'm always, don't be, you can't be around folks like that. People that you just feel like so tense with, don't do it. Because that's your body rejecting their energy. Like,
And it took me a long time to even fully realize that too, because like I know at times I can be over dramatic and at times I can overthink. So that's why like I always tell myself, even though that I may feel uncomfortable around that person, like I oftentimes like I not oftentimes, I used to tell myself like, okay, maybe it's just you, or like maybe stop tripping. But no, you're not wrong. I know I haven't been
and a
wrong.
couple months later, you like, you motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like with me, not that I know of, I don't think I've ever been in a situation industry-wise where I've been sexualized, but I have been in numerous situations where people try to little dog me. One, I'm 5'2". Two, right? They see the height, they see that I'm a woman, and I guess, I don't know, it's just like automatically like registers like, okay, who is this person? Like who does she think she is?
It
Like
be
me,
these girls too.
You know what? Because that was a segue, but okay, we'll just go ahead and transition.
Yeah.
Because I know we talk about sassy men, and we're still on that topic, but I think what's worse than a sassy man is them like pick me women.
Yeah, or the women that done fucked a couple rappers and think they famous.
And
they be the worst ones. Because it's like,
hurtful.
girl.
And it's low key hurtful because like, like as a woman, right? You like, okay, yeah, like we locked in, like, we gotta be careful because and not knowing that she's
the snake.
She's worse, or and just like them, and that's awful.
Yeah, because I had a girl like, you know me, when you and a person close friends, y'all posted whatever. It was one girl, she would always be like, because I don't ever post who I'm with, even in my close friends. She would always be like, who car you in? Who car you in? Like, she would ask it multiple times. Like, she'll reply to my story, be like, who car you in? I'm like, girl, my man, whatever. And then I'll see her in person. She was like, who car you in? I'm like, girl, why is it that deep?
Yeah.
The whole time somebody was like, she asked you that because she'll do the same shit and backdoor you. That's why she wanted, because come to find out, like, her dude had the same car as I was, the one I was in. So she was kind of giving like, you and my man, but she wasn't trying to directly ask it. So I felt so weird about that. And I was getting my hair done. I told my hairstylist the situation. She was like, that's because she'll do that same dirty shit to you.
Monitoring spirit.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of things, like that's a major thing that y'all have to like look out for, especially when
people that always want to be in your business.
Or not even just that. Like, I don't know if you ever been in like a room, right, where someone just like, they can't stop looking at you. But not in like a good way, but like kind of like in like a bad way. Like they just be like eyeing you up and down, just trying to like read you. Okay. I don't know if I explained that properly, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
okay,
they kind of like, you feel like somebody watching you in a way.
Yeah. But not even in a sense
admiring you, but in like a bad way.
In a bad way, not in like, okay, like they trying to like rob you or something like that. Or sometimes it could be that, but I'm
could
not
be like a
that.
feeling of maybe like an envious.
Yeah,
way.
there you go. You got you. Okay, thank you.
Especially when it's two attractive women.
Yeah,
that's happened to me. Like, I'll be looking at a girl, she'll be looking at me, but she'll be looking at me like, sometimes you gotta like cut the funk and be like, hey, you pretty. Shut all that shit down, because girls are like that for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's like the competitive spirit. Two pretty girls can't coexist, but yeah.
Or sometimes they'll be ugly and they'll like be looking at you like,
oh
damn.
yeah, trying to size you up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
facts.
Mm.
It's a real thing for real. That's why, like, and another thing too, what I've learned, right, in this industry, that, you know, if you have an extroverted spirit, or even if you're an introvert, it doesn't really matter, right? Don't try to put yourself in a box to appease the people that you're around.
Mhm.
So if you know that you have a lot to say, that you have a lot to offer, you know, just, like, say it, live your truth. I feel like oftentimes, right, women, or really like black women, right, we're always told that we're loud or like we're this. So then subconsciously we put ourselves in a box. And when you put yourself in a situation where you're not yourself, that can, you know, lead to a major decrease in your mental health. That's why it's like really imperative, right? No matter what type of backlash, it's not even really backlash, it's really just like people hating, right, on your energy, on like what you have to say. It's so imperative that you live and that you speak your truth. Like, be you. You have a lot to say, do it, say it. And if they don't like it, then that's not the people for you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, men, pocket watching men. The how much this costs? How much your rent?
Oh, she got a lot to say. She got a lot to say.
It ain't paying for a fuck thing. That shit kills me. I be lying.
Sassy man across all industries. Doesn't matter which one.
No, going back to what you said about putting yourself in a box, I have experienced that, like putting myself in a box. So I think I'm going through that like right now, trying to get back out that box.
Why'd you put yourself in the box?
Because I was overwhelmed. That happens to people, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just felt like I needed to kind of get away. And so I would put myself in this box. So it is a real thing, like you said, like certain things, certain comments, certain things people say can have a impact on mental health. And that's why, like, I'm a big advocate for therapy. But like besides that and other stuff, it does have an impact on like how you feel doing what you do, because there is that question of, you know, should I keep doing this? And you have to like be like, fuck them, you know, I'm doing what I need to do. And I think that's where I'm at right now. Like, I need to do what I need to do. It's like, fuck them, I'm gonna get back into it. So you're right in what you say. Like, think that experience is real because I've experienced it myself.
So what are you doing currently to get yourself out that, like, you know, mental funk, and, you know, like, hey, you know, I'm G, I really do this, I don't care what you think.
Really like leaning on my support system, like my parents, and talking to them about certain things, and like really like rediscovering like who I am and what I want to do, because I feel like me being in that box, I had to like appease other people and live through them in a way. And so like seeing certain things online, it's like, yeah, okay, I need to really figure out what's going on. And so right now what I'm doing is like, you know, therapy. I'm getting into going to like sporting events. So like little fun stuff like that, self-care. But yeah, those like online stuff and like hate and all that stuff is real. And I appreciate you for saying that you took a hiatus and you was like, I needed to get myself together and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's okay to not be. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I wasn't okay. I just was annoyed. And it's like, yeah, I got other shit to worry about.
Yeah.
Because
take a
it's like
step
I
back.
beat it.
Yeah.
My thing is I can't get to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it angers me a little bit, because it's like, if I don't like something, I scroll across, I'm not going to leave a comment. I'm going to just scroll.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like everybody ain't got common sense
Yeah.
to like do that.
Yeah.
True. Or they have too much time on their hands and they're not doing nothing. Because I promise you the same, like, because, you know, y'all are doing y'all things for real. And I promise you, like, I can bet all the money in the world on this. If they had a lot going on, they wouldn't be commenting like foolishness. I mean, they wouldn't even be commenting for real, but especially like foolishness. So, you know, I don't want y'all to feel like, you know, you have to, like, I'm glad that you guys are creating. I'm glad that you guys are, you know, like doing your thing. Like, that genuinely makes me happy. And I don't want y'all to feel like, you know, you have to make yourself be a certain way, or you can't, you know, create and record like most people because of, why your face like that?
Because I'm thinking about what she said, like, she feels like she has to put herself in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I feel like I have to overextend myself. Because I am a reserved person. like I am, but it's just like in certain situations I feel like I have to just be this different person, or the lit friend or whatever, and it's like I'm not like, I'd rather be at home. And I don't know, like, if I come off as like the stuck up type whatever, but I'm genuinely a chill person. I like being at home watching my little TVs and movies. But I have friends that be like, oh, let's go out, da da da. I'm like, bro, I'm not. I be out. I don't want to be out after being out. No. So yeah. So with you, it's like you have to put yourself in a box, and I feel like I'm around people that make me like.
So what are you doing currently to like making sure that you're not like overextending yourself?
Setting boundaries.
Okay.
We done been out 3 times this week. Why you want to go drink again? I'm tired. Damn.
Now, when you reply right to the negative comments, or when you see like the negativity either like in person, right? Do you feel like that's another form of you overextending yourself because you feel like you have to be like another person in a way?
Nobody tries me in person. That's the thing I don't like. To
protect yourself.
Nobody tries me in person.
So then, what about like when you see the stuff online though?
I'll either like reply and say some like out of pocket shit and then delete it like an hour later, or honestly just ignore them. Or like when a post goes too viral, I'll just archive it.
No, but what I'm saying though is like when you see like the negativity and it makes you feel some type of way, do you feel like that's another form of you overextending yourself because you have to be like in a certain mood to even like say something disrespectful back? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like it takes more energy to respond.
Yeah.
It.
Like that type of thing.
Yeah. That's why I ignore it or I'll respond. It depends on my mood. Honestly, it's just like I'd be like, fuck it, fuck you, and fuck it, and move on. Because it's like, that arguing spirit ain't in me. Like, if you're not in my face, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I got shit going on.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But you on my shit. Seeing them on my stuff, it's just like, I already got you where I want you.
Do you feel as if people kind of like try you a little bit in the music industry in person?
In what way?
Like on some like little dog shit. Like, who are you? I'm talking about in person, not online.
I mean, I would say kind of, sort of. It's a question of like, yeah, who are you? Because like in some places I might be like newer or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it would be like with malice, because a lot of times people want to be on camera, So it's like, oh, you do interviews? And I'm just like, yeah, come on, because of content and stuff like that. But there have been times like people try to little bro me, so yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna go with this person instead of you because of this, and I'm just like, well, we do the same thing, So yeah, it would be times where like, yeah, I have been a little bro in a way. Even professionally, people try to little bro me because I'm a Black woman. So yeah,
I think with me, that was a big problem with me, and this was in person. I'm not talking about online. I would say from like probably when I was like 21, 22, I think like we always hear things like, I want to be this type of person. I want to network. I want to, be around these type of people. And I think oftentimes when we always have that in our mind, we tend to ignore the red flags that are in front of us. Like, just like how both of y'all were saying earlier, like ignoring like the energy. How do you feel around that person? Or ignoring like how they're talking to you and how they're treating you. So it kind of took me a while, similar to you, kind of like going on hiatus from like everything. This happened to me last year where I was like, yo, like if I'm going to do this for real, if I'm going to start being around more people, in this, content thing, I have to change. Like I have to change mentally. I have to change, spiritually. And I really have to, one, understand like, okay, yeah, I do have like a lot of worth. I have a lot of things to do. So because of that, like you're not gonna talk to me crazy. And then two, right, working on, I think, my anger, because I mean nobody wants to, feel as if they're just like some bottom of the barrel doormat. Like that's dead. So I think working on my anger and working how I respond to when I'm in those situations of people trying to, belittle. Well, let me not say belittle, but more like, like who are you? Like why are you here? Type situations. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I would agree. It is about like your composure, and then like with us being women, sometimes like the way we respond can protect us. So, say for instance, like for me, with being more in a male dominated event, right? Sometimes, like for instance, if I were to respond a certain way, people may get upset or something like that. Or if you don't think about who's around to protect you, you have to protect yourself. So yeah, I would say like adjusting your response, and then like yeah, when you go into certain things, I think you have to have the right mindset and be in the right space to have those like smarter responses, if that makes sense. Because if you go crazy and like not in a good mental space, you could be in danger, like from a woman's perspective.
I'll be so 50-50 with that. That's stuff that I'll be working on, because it's like
Yeah.
once I get angry, it's like, God damn. But then I get it because I'm a woman, and it's like I gotta like be now when it comes to like other women, I don't give a fuck. It's up. But I feel like when it comes to men, right? I just like if I feel like you can't do nothing, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk to you crazy. But if I feel like you might, kind of be like one of them, then yeah, you're absolutely right. You do have to like,
Oh yeah, I'm calling them folks. I'm calling them my peoples.
I'm a
I don't
civilian.
But you know what?
I'm a civilian.
I
So
be
do
getting
what you
into
will.
it with men.
Me too.
And it's like, I have to wonder, like, in my head, I'm like, why am I getting into it with men? Do I have a dominant energy to where men feel like they could get into it with me?
I mean, I think it's about like ego, really, like
Yeah.
entitlement. Like
Yeah.
I'm over
Because they're
this
like
person.
they're like, okay, she a woman. Why
I'm
like
young.
why are you
Who-
talking to me
yeah,
like
like,
that?
like,
Like,
why-
I'm a man.
Who is this? Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Like,
So I think it
stuff
all
like
just
that.
goes back to ego, but then it's
Yeah.
like that just goes back to the sassy men, complex, because it's like if you secure in yourself, why the fuck are you coming for me?
Because the thing is,
And I said I wasn't gonna cuss anymore.
we're
but I just-
successful, we're educated, we have money. So it's like, I date older guys. So it's just like, that shit rubs them the wrong way when it's like, I'm doing the same shit you doing, and it took you years to get there. So they be like, already like, you little motherfucker, you. So yeah, we just, it creates like a competitive spirit in the relationship, and it doesn't end up working out because it's like, I'm on the same level you on, but you like 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And they feel like, men feel a way, as much as they don't want to admit it, when the woman is the breadwinner. Some of them, because I've seen some functional relationships that way, they don't like that. They want to wear the pants. I didn't see relationships end because a woman started making more money than the man.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away their masculinity in a way for them.
I think personality too. I think didn't you just say that too?
Like dominant energy?
Yeah. Because I feel like when a woman possesses like a dominant energy,
But that's also unhealthy.
for
Being a
women,
masculine woman in a relationship.
Well, I'm kind of like 50-50 with it, because I feel like if you know that you are outspoken, you have a lot to say, and you don't want to put yourself in a box, then you have every right to do so. Because I feel like toning down who you are to be with someone, that's gonna mess you up for real, because that's not you. Now, of course, some things are subjective. Like if you just like doing too much, I feel like they just do too much.
Yeah, we'll have women just be nasty for no reason.
Yeah. That's completely off topic.
And that's
but,
why the fuck we be getting cheated on, because we're annoying as fuck.
Oh God.
Seriously, like I've seen so many women like be in relationships and just talk to a man like he's so disposable, but then a couple months later, a year later, she all on Instagram, he left me.
Yeah, that right there, that's a different one. But like I'm just saying, like personality wise, right? Naturally, if you have a lot of energy, you have a lot to say. You don't have to conform to some subservient, being just to appease your man or like just other men. That's the point I'm making.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. Like, don't turn down who you are. Like, I'm pretty sure there's someone, a partner for you out there that may match that same energy. Y'all
Yeah,
be
for
cool,
sure.
So don't try to like not be yourself just because you don't want to be single. That's kind of lame.
No.
And then it's gonna be a lot of resentment in the end because you're not doing the things you want to do in essence. So don't do that.
Amen to that. Well, I do want to kind of just like close out on this, little historical facts, to like just back up what we've been talking about. So, we have women, right? Like the late Miss Toni Morrison and the late, like Dr. Maya Angelou and, Miss Alice Walker, and just a plethora of powerful Black women authors who brought to light, abuse that many Black women were going through and still continue to go through to this day. And because they brought those issues to light, right, they caught a lot of flack from a lot of men, primarily Black men. And how they responded to that criticism, these powerful authors continuing to write, continuing to create, and continuing to share their voices. So that's one thing that I want to leave with you all. So anybody out there that's creating content, they want to go into media, they want to be a musician, all of that, right? I mean, of course, you're not going to be exempt from the hate, but what I will say, right, don't allow that to deteriorate yourself, and also don't allow the hate to make you want to stop creating, because you're here for a reason. The vision is in you for a reason, and continue to shine and do your thing. Don't be subservient. Don't be basic, and continue to cuss out sassy men. Well, that's my tidbit. Any closing remarks?
Be who you are. Don't let people outside opinions affect what you do and who you are. They're not paying your bills, and you gotta live with yourself with whatever you do at the end of the day. Be yourself, stay true to yourself.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely stay true to yourself. Don't allow people to put you in a box, and always make sure you take care of your mental health. Therapy is an option. And y'all can follow me on Instagram at That's Baby Talk TV. Don't forget that now, because we doing big things, networking and all that. And I appreciate you having me on the show today, Malika.
I mean, thank y'all so much for coming. Thank y'all so much for sharing y'all stories. And like I said, I want to leave this with y'all. I think what y'all are doing is really amazing. I see y'all. I follow y'all. Of course, I support it. And I just don't want y'all to, be in the box. And I don't want y'all to, put yourself on another hiatus, right? Because of what people are saying online, or, what they might say in person. Well, she said people don't try her. So let me just say what they
I'm
might.
not gonna say nobody is ever gonna try me, but it's like, typically it's always online.
Yeah.
Like, and it be men.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I want y'all to keep on creating, keep on doing y'all thing, and I support y'all, and thank y'all so much for coming.
Thank you.
So yeah, in conclusion, smile, dance, laugh, and cuss out sassy men. Okay. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. You can follow at From the Block Podcast, and you can follow them at
MAINLYRISSA, mainly Rissa.
That's Baby Talk TV, THATS Baby Talk TV.
and period. Okay, bye.